Indira Gandhi, India's Iron Lady, ruled with an iron fist and a compassionate heart. Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi was born into a family destined to shape India's fate. Her father, Jawaharlal Nehru, became independent India's first Prime Minister. Growing up amidst political ferment, young Indira was exposed to the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Her father, a man of immense intellect, became her guide and mentor. These early interactions shaped her worldview and understanding of India's place in the world. Indira's path was forged in the fires of personal tragedy and political turmoil. In 1960, she faced the heart-wrenching loss of her father. Despite her grief, she displayed remarkable resilience, stepping forward to continue his legacy. She joined Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri's cabinet, honing her administrative skills. In 1966, after Shastri's sudden demise, Indira Gandhi emerged as India's first female Prime Minister. Indira Gandhi's early years in office were marked by both triumphs and trials. One of her first major tests came in the form of a war with Pakistan in 1971. She displayed unwavering courage, leading India to a decisive victory and the creation of Bangladesh. Domestically, she tackled poverty, hunger, and social inequality with bold reforms. Indira Gandhi believed true leadership lay in doing what was right for the nation, even in the face of adversity. Indira Gandhi understood the power of symbols and connecting with the masses. She traveled extensively across India, listening to the concerns of farmers, laborers, and students. She introduced progressive policies aimed at uplifting the poor and downtrodden. Her government abolished privy purses and nationalized banks, revolutionizing India's financial landscape. Indira Gandhi's vision was to create a nation where every citizen had an equal opportunity to succeed. Indira Gandhi inherited a nation grappling with hunger and food insecurity. She made agricultural self-sufficiency a top priority, launching the Green Revolution. The introduction of high-yielding seeds and modern irrigation techniques led to a dramatic increase in food production. India became self-sufficient, and the specter of famine receded. The Green Revolution empowered farmers and transformed rural India. Indira Gandhi recognized that access to finance was crucial for economic empowerment. In 1969, her government nationalized 14 major commercial banks. This decision extended credit facilities to millions who had been excluded from the formal financial system. Farmers and small businesses now had access to affordable credit. The nationalization of banks was a social revolution, empowering the disempowered. The Green Revolution and bank nationalization were just two examples of Indira Gandhi's transformative leadership. She launched programs to promote education, healthcare, and rural development. She established institutions like ISRO, making India a global leader in space exploration. Indira Gandhi introduced progressive legislation, granting equal rights to women and protecting minorities. Her actions reflected a deep commitment to social justice and creating an equitable society. Indira Gandhi's leadership style was strong, decisive, and often authoritarian. Her critics accused her of being autocratic, pointing to the emergency as evidence. India in the 1960s and 70s faced immense challenges, and she believed strong leadership was needed. She was not afraid to take tough decisions, driven by a conviction that India could overcome any obstacle. Indira Gandhi instilled in her people a sense of pride and belief in their potential. Indira Gandhi was a shrewd political strategist, a master of navigating Indian politics. She used her charisma and ability to connect with ordinary Indians to build a loyal following. Her abolition of privy purses in 1971 was a victory for equality and social justice. She aligned herself with different political factions, using her acumen to outmaneuver opponents. Indira Gandhi's ability to adapt and connect with the masses made her a formidable politician. Indira Gandhi's tenure as Prime Minister was not without its share of profound challenges. Her leadership, often lauded for its strength and decisiveness, faced its most significant test during a period known as the Emergency. Declared in 1975, the emergency saw the suspension of civil liberties and the imposition of press censorship, a controversial move that cast a long shadow over her legacy. The emergency was a period of intense political turmoil, triggered by a confluence of factors. India faced economic stagnation, rising inflation, and widespread social unrest. Opposition parties, sensing a vulnerability in Indira Gandhi's government, organized massive protests demanding her resignation. The situation escalated dramatically when a court found Indira Gandhi guilty of electoral malpractice, invalidating her election to parliament. Faced with mounting pressure and a sense of national crisis, Indira Gandhi took the unprecedented step of declaring a state of emergency. Civil liberties were suspended, political opponents were jailed, and the press was muzzled. The emergency was a dark period in India's democratic history, a time when fundamental freedoms were curtailed in the name of national security and stability. It remains a deeply divisive issue, with historians and political commentators debating its necessity and its long-term impact on Indian democracy. Supporters of the emergency argue that it was a necessary evil, a drastic measure needed to restore order and prevent the country from descending into chaos. They point to the fact that the emergency did bring about a period of relative stability, with a crackdown on corruption and an improvement in law and order. Critics, however, contend that it was a blatant power grab, an attempt by Indira Gandhi to cling to power at any cost. They argue that it eroded democratic institutions, stifled dissent, and created a climate of fear and repression. The emergency proved to be a turning point in Indira Gandhi's political career. While it initially silenced dissent and consolidated her power, it also sowed the seeds of her eventual downfall. The excesses committed during the emergency, the curtailment of civil liberties, and the suppression of dissent alienated many of Indira Gandhi's former supporters. The Indian public, which had once revered her as a strong and decisive leader, began to question her methods and her commitment to democracy. In 1977, facing mounting public pressure and a resurgent opposition, Indira Gandhi took the bold step of calling for fresh elections. The elections, held after the emergency was lifted, resulted in a stunning defeat for Indira Gandhi and her Congress party. For the first time in independent India's history, a non-Congress government came to power at the center. The defeat was a humbling experience for Indira Gandhi, a stark reminder that in a democracy, power ultimately resides with the people. However, true to her resilient spirit, Indira Gandhi refused to be relegated to the sidelines of history. She spent the next few years rebuilding her political base, reaching out to the masses and acknowledging the mistakes of the past. Her efforts paid off in 1980 when she was swept back into power with a thumping majority. Her return to power, just 3 years after her humiliating defeat, was a testament to her enduring popularity, her ability to connect with the masses, and her unwavering determination. It also underscored the complexities of Indian politics and the enduring legacy of Indira Gandhi, a leader who continues to evoke both admiration and controversy in equal measure. Indira Gandhi was never one to shy away from the global stage. She understood that India, with its vast population and its growing economic and military might, had a crucial role to play in shaping the world order. She was a fierce advocate for the developing world, challenging the dominance of the superpowers and calling for a more just and equitable international system. Her foreign policy was characterized by a blend of pragmatism and idealism. She recognized the realities of Cold War politics but refused to allow India to become a pawn in the superpower game. She maintained cordial relations with both the United States and the Soviet Union, pursuing a policy of non-alignment that allowed India to chart its own course in international affairs. Indira Gandhi's leadership was particularly evident during the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. She recognized the plight of the Bangladeshi people who were fighting for their independence from Pakistan. She provided crucial support to the Bangladeshi resistance movement, both diplomatically and militarily, defying international pressure and leading India to a decisive victory that resulted in the creation of Bangladesh. Her actions during the war cemented her image as a strong and decisive leader, not just within India, but on the world stage as well. She was hailed as a champion of human rights and a symbol of hope for oppressed people around the world. Indira Gandhi also played a key role in promoting regional cooperation in South Asia. She understood that the stability and prosperity of the region were inextricably linked to India's own security and well-being. She worked tirelessly to build bridges with neighboring countries, often overcoming decades of mistrust and animosity. Her efforts laid the foundation for the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, a testament to her vision of a more integrated and prosperous South Asia. Indira Gandhi's foreign policy legacy is a complex one, marked by both successes and failures. Indira Gandhi's assassination in 1984 sent shockwaves through India and the world. The woman who had dominated Indian politics for over a decade, the leader who had guided the nation through wars, famines, and social upheavals, was gone. Her death marked the end of an era, leaving behind a complex and contested legacy that continues to shape India today. Indira Gandhi was a study in contrasts, a woman of immense strength and determination, yet also capable of great compassion and empathy. She was a shrewd politician, a master strategist who understood the art of power, but she was also driven by a deep-seated commitment to social justice and the upliftment of the poor and marginalized. Her legacy is a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tribulation, of bold decisions and controversial actions. She is remembered for her role in ushering in the Green Revolution, which transformed India's agricultural landscape and made the nation self-sufficient in food production. She is revered for nationalizing banks, a move that brought financial inclusion to millions and empowered the weaker sections of society. She is admired for her leadership during the Bangladesh Liberation War, a testament to her courage and her commitment to standing up for what she believed in. Yet, she is also criticized for the emergency, a dark period in India's history when civil liberties were suspended and democracy was put on hold. Her decisions during this period continue to be debated, with some arguing that they were necessary to restore order and prevent the country from descending into chaos, while others view them as a blatant power grab that eroded democratic institutions and created a climate of fear and repression. Indira Gandhi's legacy, like the woman herself, is complex and multifaceted. She was a product of her times, her actions shaped by the challenges and opportunities that confronted India during her tenure. She was a leader who defied easy categorization, a woman who could be both revered and reviled, often by the same people. Indira Gandhi's legacy is a paradox, a tapestry of contradictions that reflects the complexities of India itself. She was both revered and reviled, a leader who inspired both fierce loyalty and deep resentment. She was a symbol of strength and resilience, yet her time in power was also marked by periods of political turmoil and democratic backsliding. She was a woman who broke barriers and challenged traditional power structures, yet she could also be ruthless in her pursuit of political power. Despite these contradictions, one thing remains undisputed. Indira Gandhi left an indelible mark on India, shaping the destiny of a nation and inspiring generations to come. Her story is a testament to the power of leadership, the complexities of power, and the enduring spirit of a nation striving for greatness. She was a leader who defied easy categorization, a woman who embodied both the aspirations and the contradictions of a nation on the cusp of transformation. Indira Gandhi's legacy continues to be debated, dissected, and reinterpreted by each generation of Indians. She remains an enigma, a figure who continues to fascinate and intrigue. Her life and times a reminder of the enduring power of ideas, the complexities of leadership, and the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. As we bring our exploration of Indira Gandhi's life to a close, we are reminded that her story does not end with her passing. Her legacy continues to influence and inspire, resonating through the corridors of power and the hearts of the people. The policies she enacted, the battles she fought, and the vision she pursued are woven into the fabric of India's modern identity. Indira Gandhi's journey is a powerful reminder that leadership is not just about the heights of power, but also about the depths of struggle. It is about the courage to dream, the strength to act, and the wisdom to navigate the complexities of a diverse and dynamic nation. Her impact transcends the boundaries of time, serving as a beacon for future generations. The paradoxes that defined her life serve as lessons in resilience, determination, and the unwavering pursuit of one's convictions. As we reflect on her life's work, let us remember that the story of a leader is never truly finished. It is carried forward by those who are inspired by their vision, who dare to challenge the status quo, and who strive to create a better tomorrow. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on influential leaders like Indira Gandhi. Your support helps us bring more stories to light.